All right, Sharp Game coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com, offer of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. And today, man, I'm gonna just talk about the myth of the good girl and bad girl, really, because to me, I don't really, I don't really think the whole idea. I don't think it exists, to be honest.
Mm,
I don't. The reason why I say that is because I've had the same experiences with both quote quote bad girl and good girl. So it's kind
mm,
of like I just I hear people. A lot of guys have this perception in their head that the good girl's supposed to have a certain practice certain habits, certain actions, certain you know, have a certain persona, take care of the kids, take care of the family. But the so-called quote quote bad women, they're doing the same thing. They got jobs too, just like the good girls have. And and then guys, they start talking about sexually, I mean what they would do with the bad girl versus the good girl. And I had the same experience with both. So I'm like
yeah. You know what it is, Shark Game. Why people say that when they say, "Oh, you turned a good girl bad." See, to me, it's more like this. You take a girl that hasn't been through a lot. You know what I'm saying? In the early years, and then as she goes through things in life, you know what I mean. She's gonna change in general. So it's not really turning a good girl bad or whatnot. I think when people say, "Oh, she's a good girl," to me, it's like, okay, but you know, she just hasn't went through a lot of things in life. She hasn't really experienced life yet. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And I just think as a man, you have to see things for the way it is out here, not
Mm,
the way you want it
true.
to be. Because as a man, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to say it doesn't matter what type of women you meet, but she's probably more than likely not going to be the way you would like her to be on some level. So
Definitely.
you as the man, is going to really be on you to build her up. That's
Exactly.
that's the point that I'm trying to make, really.
Yeah. No, definitely. There's no perfect girl out there. There's no perfect girl out there. It's really just someone that, like you said, that's compatible with yourself. And as far as a girl being up to your standards, if you're like you said, mover and a shaker, if you're about your business, by default, if she has some sort of respect for herself and is driven, that alone of itself, she's gonna follow your footsteps.
Yeah, yeah, and she has to be open to that shit though. That's the
Hmm.
thing. It's like some women that I'm gonna say very few women that I've met in the past. Yeah, I'm gonna say the past 15 years
Okay.
that wasn't open to stuff that I had to say or my actions. They never really. Most women I meet, they don't really question anything. They don't say, "Hey, I'm not coming. I'm not meeting you there because I don't feel comfortable or
Yeah.
whatever." Now, I'm not saying that they might not. They might not necessarily. They might think that. I'm not saying that always true. They might think a lot of things until proven otherwise. But initially, like if you, I think this happened to every guy. They might meet a woman and she might start second guessing or start saying stuff like, "Well, I'm not comfortable going over there," and "Why we got to go there," or something like that. But what I found is if a woman's really into you, even if she don't feel like going, she's still
Yeah.
gonna go.
Oh yeah, yeah. The rules. See, like you said in a previous video too. You know, women only set rules for guys that they're not feeling. You know what I'm saying? If she's feeling you and she respects you and she's down with your movement, she's not gonna have the same kind of rules that she does for a guy that you know she's not really feeling or not, you know, really with his program.
Yeah, that's true. No doubt about it. You know, but I just think that it's one of the hardest things I had to deal with in my 20s. Is it's like yeah, this probably happened to you.
Mhm.
More than likely, this happened to you. You
All
ever
right.
talk? You ever talk to a guy that you knew? Maybe you didn't know him that well. Maybe you just met him in passing, or maybe you didn't know a guy well, and he might have started talking about a girl that you knew pretty well. Maybe you had spent time around her. Maybe you hit it or whatever, right? And
Yeah.
he's telling you about another situation, experience she had with him. I mean, I should say that he had with her, and you're just listening, right? And you be like, damn, you know, shit, she didn't do that with me. Or maybe she did more with you than him. That ever happened to you before?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's happened to me several times, several times. And you know, I'm just sitting there. I mean, I wasn't saying nothing, trying to make no one feel bad, but I'm just like, man,
Exactly.
that's crazy because she did that with me plus more. And that goes to show that you know if a woman's feeling you, you know all those rules, all those I don't have sex for the first 2 months, I don't have sex after the first date, all that those rules are set for guys that they're not feeling, because if a woman's feeling you, all that, she's not even thinking about any rules.
Yeah, because yeah, I've been on both sides of the coin with that.
Mm.
I'm like, you know, this thing. And when I was on the side where I didn't have as much better experience as the other guy, I kind of felt like shit. First, it was a little jealousy in the beginning because I'm young. I'm a young dude. These guys are like 5, 10 years older than me. So I'm
Yep.
like, okay, you know, I mean, I'm a young dude. I'll get there. You know, after the jealousy, you know, I was like, all right,
Hmm.
I'm a young dude. You know, these guys, I'm a new guy. You know,
Yeah.
they already established. They play football, basketball. I'm like, shit, I'm a freshman. So I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
well, you know, what I'm going to say.
Hmm.
You know, so like, and on the other side of the coin, where I had a better experience than the guy, I kind of felt sorry for the guy.
Yeah, I hear you. I didn't feel. I don't know. I didn't really feel sorry. I was just more like, you know, to me, I was just like, wow. Like it just showed me that when women, when you're talking to women, the way like they interact with you, it's different for every single guy. You know what I mean? Like it just showed me like, wow, the way she was acting with me is totally different how she's acting with him. Or a lot of women, like when they start talking about like past exes and things like that, and then you know what I mean, saying, "Oh, I never did what I did with you with him." You know what I'm saying? It that's what it showed me, that every guy's treated differently.
See, I used to think that those were lies when they say that saying, "I don't do this with that."
Yeah.
Now, sometimes it is a lie. Sometimes it is. But I used to always think that was a lie because I heard it, you hear that same saying over and over, same phrase over and over again.
Yeah.
I don't normally do this. I'm like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
you
Sure
know?
you do.
So, I was kind of like, that's when I learned, I said, most women have different relationships with every guy. Just because she might be nice to you, but if you catch her on the phone if you get lucky and catch her over the phone at her house or wherever, she might be talking to the guy aggressive. I'm like, oh man. shit.
Oh yeah.
You know? But I'm like, damn, you're not that nice after all.
I seen I seen that a couple times. Like I'll give you an instance. Like way back, I was dating this girl with a kid, and she was on the phone. We was in the car. She had to call baby daddy or whatever. And like the way she was talking to him, I was like, man, like I didn't even know she was like that. Shark Game. She was cold as ice, man. I
Yeah.
was like, wow.
And
So it,
I was like, hey, why do you talk to him like that? She was like, he just brings out the worst in me. I said, oh, okay, I understand.
oh, yeah, he hurt me. That's what she said. She hurt me more than you'll ever understand. I'm like, oh, all right.
You know?
I should say no more.
I mean, I couldn't put up. I hung up. I hang up the phone. Fuck that.
Oh yeah, no, you ain't going back and forth. You know, a lot of dudes. You know that's a good point right there, Shark Game, about not going back and forth. I see a lot of dudes nowadays. They going back and forth with the girls. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's a real feminine trait. I don't do all that. You know what I'm saying? If a girl's gonna start wilding out, she's gonna wild out by herself on the phone,
Yeah,
or I'm gonna go
man.
do something else.
Man, I done hung up the phone many times, bro.
Oh yeah, I don't
Hey,
got time.
I've left women at places
Mm.
because I just didn't like how they were acting. I was like, yo, I'll be right back.
Yeah. And Shark Game, tell me this didn't happen to you, because I know it did. After you hung up that phone, right? Or after you just left, right? Maybe
Yeah.
the next day or a couple hours later, you're gonna get a phone call, and she's gonna be like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I was out of pocket, I was out of line," and that. So you know.
Yeah. If I answered, that's what they said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they just kept calling. I'm like, she's still calling. She ain't
Oh
gave
yeah.
up yet.
Nope.
Jeez. That's when they had the guilty conscience. They had a guilty conscience, I left women. Just I didn't like how they were acting. I said, oh, I'm out of here. I wasn't even I wasn't upset about it either. If I don't like how things is going, and there won't be no petty stuff. It won't be.
Yeah.
I won't get upset. I'm always a gentleman. Always. I mean, if you do something I don't like, if I think it's like way out there,
Yeah.
like I give you an example. I remember this girl. She invited me to meet with her under the assumption that if someone called you and say, "Hey, what you doing?" I said, "I'm home just chilling," right? And she'll say, "Well, hey, why don't you come meet me at this spot, wherever, right?" And I'll be like, that's cool. I'll come if I'm not doing anything, whatever. So if you meet this person, if someone calls you and say that under the assumption that it's her and you, right?
Exactly.
So when I get there, this chick, I realized after about 15 minutes, this chick got 3-4 guys along with her friends in the spot. So I'm like, what the hell's going on here?
Oh no.
So she's like, so this is how it was. I'm at this table.
Mm-hmm.
The other people at the 3 or 4 tables down.
Right.
And the other people were at 2 more tables down. I'm like, what the hell is this bullshit?
She never said anything to you about bringing any.
No, not at all. So I mean, I got one beer. I said, after I'm done with this beer, I'm getting the hell up out of here.
Oh,
so, there was so many people in that bar. It was really hard to spot who was coming in and who was going.
Right.
So, I ended up leaving, and probably like 30, 40, probably like 40 minutes later, she discovered I was gone, and she was like, "Why did you leave?" I said, "Yo, that wasn't my type of party."
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like,
You know what
I mean,
she said? You know what she said? She said, "Well, I didn't want you to leave. I wanted you to stay because I wanted to take you home with me." I'm like, ugh. maybe next time.
You sure you was just trying to take me home? Or you trying to take the other guys home too? Like,
I said, hey, you got too much going on up in there. You got
oh yeah,
too many people for me to handle. I'm out of here. I said, you should
I
have
mean,
told me that before I left.
yeah, no, exactly. Just the fact that she thought that that was okay, like to do something like that. That's
Yeah.
why my mind would be like, wow, like
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like, and then another time that it happened, well, it didn't happen like that, but it happened where, someone called me and I met her at a spot, another bar, and I showed up, everything was cool. We sat down or whatever, for just talking, casual conversation or whatever. And I had one beer, I was drinking one beer, and they started playing music, and she likes to dance, right? Which is cool, nothing wrong with that. I mean,
yeah,
I dance with her most of the time. But what happened? She started drifting around the whole spot, right? So I'm
real.
like, yo, you know, uh, uh, what we doing here?
Yeah, yeah, no, exactly, exactly.
What? What? I mean, what we doing here? Where's this going? After a while,
'Cause-
because what happens is uh there's a couple of people in there that I knew, and they started walking over to me and said, "Hey, that's your girl or whatever." No, ain't my girl. No, I just known her for a while or whatever. But then she said something that made me felt a certain type of way. She was like, she asked me when I was leaving. I'm like, what?
Mm.
Leaving? I'm like, that's
You
a weird
talking?
question. I came here because you wanted me to come up here because you asked, I came, right? So now you ask me
Exactly.
what time I'm leaving. I'm like, I don't know. So again, after I finish my beer, I'm out of here. So
Yeah.
I left. About 20 minutes later. No, this is what happened. She was about to go to the dance floor, and she grabbed me by the neck, like in a playful manner or whatever, and was
Yep.
like, "Don't go nowhere." I'm like, "What?"
Mm.
I'm
Nah.
really leaving now.
You know what it is, Shark Game. And I said this before. If you're to stay and just sit there, I mean, at the end of the day, you look stupid. You know what I'm saying? If you were to sit there and just let her just go around dancing, and you know what I'm saying, like, and women do things like that just to test guys to see where their minds at.
Yeah, I wait on no woman. No, I'm not waiting on no woman.
No,
She can wait on me, but I'm not waiting on her.
you can't. You can't. You gotta have respect for yourself, man. You know what I mean? If you sitting
Yeah.
there just
And
waiting for her.
then she called me and was like, basically begging me to come back. I was like, nah, I'm already home now. And then she was like, she said, she made the shit feel like it was like a test, some shit like that, because she went on and started saying that
That's what I'm saying.
she said you were so how did she say it? You were so cool, you didn't get all jealous. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. You didn't get upset.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. So she was like, I started to think that she was trying to trick off because it was bouncing from guy to guy, and I know some of these guys, they met her before. I mean, I know that,
Right.
But she was bouncing from guy to guy. I'm like, the fuck? She's trying to trick off some shit? I mean, like, I've seen this before. I've seen this before in the past. So, like, when I see it again, I'll be like, wait a minute, this chick is either she like a lot of attention or she got some hidden motive.
Exactly. Either way, you don't want to find out.
Yeah, and I'm like, either way, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And that's when she came over and asked me when I was leaving. So I'm like, that's a weird question from somebody that called you to come up here.
Yeah, no, that definitely is. And I mean, like I said too, just when I was saying about how women do little tests and things like that, women do
Yeah,
things like that. You
yeah,
know
they
what I'm
do.
saying? To see
And
where
then
you at. So.
and then she went on to say, she's like, oh, I can't. She said, I got to do one-on-one with you. I can't do things the way I did tonight. I said, yeah.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah,
Definitely not.
so that type of stuff. I was like, yeah, But I've had this experience when I was in my 30s, early 30s. So I know how to handle it. See, back in the day, it's like I was like didn't really know how to handle shit like that because I kind of like I didn't really understand. I'm like, what the fuck?
Uh, you definitely you definitely when as time goes on and you experience things like I mean I'll use myself as an example like I used to get like mad or whatever when girls would say like certain things or whatever. I used to let it like get to me and stuff. Now like I don't let nothing get to me. I don't I go into it like not expecting the worst, but like I just don't expect things out of people until they prove different to me, until they prove themselves to me. So when it
Yeah,
comes to women and things like that, I take what they say for a grain of salt, Shark Game. You know what I'm saying? Until I see that they about what they say they are.
yeah, yeah. I expect very little. I met a guy years ago, and he told me expect very little from people. He said, if they do stuff, be grateful, but
Mm.
expect very little from them because it's like he said you're just gonna disappoint yourself most of the
Yep.
time.
And
You
that's
know?
what happened. That's exactly what happened. My expectations of people were so high that I kept getting let down, and I just I used to get frustrated with it. But you learn from your mistakes, and a lot of things that I used to get frustrated with and stuff. At this point in the game, like I just it's small stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
small stuff, and there's more important things that I'm worried about rather than like, oh, why didn't she call me? Like, what is she doing? Like, I don't think like that anymore.
yeah. And another thing that I talked about in the past. There's three types of people in this world, man. And I did I talked about this in the past. I did a Patreon video about this that I
Mm,
haven't. I'm gonna upload it later on today. It's really the 70 percenters, the 27 percenters, and the 3 percenters. There's
mm,
really three types of people, three groups of women. Women are not the exception to the rule. They're in the crowd too. Three types
mm,
of women you're gonna run into, man. The 70% is usually the average common man, common woman you meet today. They follow the trends. They look at television. They like love and hip hop and all these reality shows. They got a job that they brag about. They so happy to be there. They like following other women. They go shopping. They basically follow the status quo. That's the 70 percenters. You know,
right.
they're not trying to be no trendsetters. They ain't trying to do anything different. They're trying to fit in. That's the 70 percenters, right? And the 27 percenters are just above average. They made a little bit mistakes, but they fall down, but they keep getting up. Maybe they a lot of these people are working. A lot of these people have side hustles. A lot of these people are probably maybe preachers. Probably maybe they own a business. Maybe they they just need a little bit direction. But
Hmm.
if they have the right information, they'll take off because they're willing to put in the work, right?
Right.
That's 27%. Now the 3% is they multi-talented. Maybe they can sing, dance, speak. Maybe they can sew. Maybe they owners like Amazon, Facebook. Maybe they travel a lot. You know, they very supportive, helpful. They give and don't expect shit in return. They uplifting. That's the 3%ers. So
Okay.
so I got this really concept from a rich guy years ago. It's a business concept, but you can apply this to your social life as well. Because people
No,
are people
definitely.
at the end of the day, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
whenever you're out in public, uh, you can put damn near everybody in one of these three categories.
No, you definitely can.
Yeah, because most people you're gonna meet, they 70%ers. You know, and out of
Okay.
that 70%, 60% of these women, people, men and women, they're incompetent. 60% out of the 70. They're just incompetent. Now the dangerous thing is they think they're great.
Mm. Yep.
They think just because they got a job, they think just because they work 5 days a week, that somehow they're better than you. They think they're better than you because they work at Bank of America.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just because they wear a suit, tie, and a dress with some stilettos 5 days a week. Or they slept with the
Right.
supervisor at work. They think they're great. They think they're great because they went to a 4 year college and got a degree. They think they're
Mm-hmm.
great because they're associated with a certain group of people, you know, or they live on the other side of the town with that's got a high property tax, you know. But most of these people are incompetent, and
Mm.
what the dangerous part about them is they think they think they're the shit.
Yeah.
and within that 70%, that 60% is just what it is, and that the other 10%, they know that there's some bullshit going on out here. They're
Mm-hmm.
trying to find their way, but that 60% keep pulling them back down.
Yep.
You
No.
know?
I like that analogy though. You can definitely apply that though. I do like that though. That can definitely be applied to your everyday life alongside
Yeah,
of business as well.
yeah. You really
So
think about it. If you really think about it, man, it's like you can pretty much put everybody in that category. Because you got to think about it. Some of the people that we have in our lives, they do more damage to us than anything.
mm-hmm.
It's like if I listen to if you listen to some of the stuff that our relatives say, our people at our jobs, our friends or whatever, associates. If you listen to some of the stuff they say, I'd be like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. It's and it's crazy how it's always the closest people to you too, Sharp Game.
Yeah, I'd be like, you got people out here, man, think they deserve some appreciation. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
who the hell sits around saying some shit like that? I mean, if you deserve some appreciation, let somebody else do it. Don't
Yep.
you sit around and be like, oh, I feel like entitled to certain things. What are you talking about?
A lot of you find that too, Sharp Game. A lot of people with certain degrees. I've seen that a lot. They really feel like they're better or entitled to a lot more. Now, granted, you did go to college, you did get your degrees. I respect that, but I've seen some plenty of people with let's say bachelors or even associate's degree where they feel like that everyone else is beneath them because they have that degree.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out here that's like that, but it eventually it's gonna crumble.
No, most definitely.
Because what they talking about, it's not backed up by anything. It's just a bunch of it's coffee talk.
It's true.
That's all. It's just it just sounds nice. And if you're a guy and you get caught up into what people are saying all the time, and they're not backing it up with any actions, it's gonna crumble. If you jump into that nonsense, what she's talking about, what he or she talking about, you're gonna see real fast that this person don't know what the hell they talking about.
Exactly, and that's why at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what people are talking about. It only matters what you're talking about, and
yeah, because if you can't, you have to back up what you say with actions, with something of substance.
Mm-hmm. No, you definitely do. You definitely do.
And if not, it's like, what the hell are we doing here?
Yeah, and I'm a believer, like, a strong believer of that. If you say you're about something, then you got to be about it. If you say, you know what I mean, you about getting money and you know what I'm saying, stacking up or whatever, then you can't say that and then next week go out and blow all your money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that, man.
Boy, when money get into the equation with most people, boy, it gets weird, boy. Because a lot of people have a weird relationship with money anyway. It's kind of like they slaves to money. It's like it's kind of like they claim they love money, but they really don't, because as soon as they get paid, by next week, over half of it's gone.
Yo, that's so true, Sharp Gang. And you know what's crazy? I was watching the other night. I was on YouTube. I was watching it showed like the 10 most richest people that hit the lotto, and every single one of them, besides I think one, went broke. Millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Getting $500,000, $600,000 checks a month or whatever they were getting, and they blew it all. And I was just like, wow, man, it shows you that most people don't know how to handle money.
Bro, they're in worse shape before they got the money.
Yeah, true.
They're worse. I'm like, damn. I mean, a lot of these people done got hooked on drugs, abusing alcohol, and all kind of shit. So I'm like, damn. I mean, sometimes the money can destroy people, destroy relationships, because it's like, people just don't know how to handle certain things. It's kind of like if somebody haven't done something. It's kind of like if somebody been locked away for a long time, or just never got used to having shit or doing shit, and as soon as they get a taste of it, they get turned the hell out.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what that's about most of the time. It's kind of like if that's like people that come to America. A lot of these girls come to America. Well, a lot of people that come to America, they get turned the hell out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, they're using drugs, they getting high, they're drinking, and they probably ain't never done that shit until they got here.
And that's the crazy part, Shark Gang. That's the crazy, and it's almost instant from when they get here. You know what I'm saying? They don't take long. They start getting some, friends, and then that's it. They done.
They got turned the hell out, and I'm like, damn. Because if you ask them where they came from, that's gonna tell you a lot. If they from someplace like China, Japan, India,
Africa.
Well, some parts, but they didn't really not. Some parts of Africa is just like here, basically. Most of it. Let's say I'm talking to strict countries like Saudi Arabia.
Oh, okay.
Hard on women.
Okay.
Saudi Arabia, China, Japan, India, Dubai, Jordan. Let's do South Africa. Like Johannesburg, places like that.
Yeah.
where women are women. I would say women in those countries are they have to be very disciplined. You
Mm.
know, it's no, they don't have a lot of freedom in the other places. They don't.
No,
You know, but
it's true.
the parents looking over the shoulder, the grandparents looking over the shoulder. So they feel kind of like oppressed to a certain extent, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And when them same women come to America, you know, the mommy and daddy ain't over here. So they feel like they don't know what, first off, they don't know what to do because
Oh.
they're kind of gonna be all over the place because they ain't never had it like that before. So it's like a kid in the candy store. So they come over
Mm-hmm.
here, I can sleep with as many guys I want, and some guy still wants to talk to me.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And the thing is too, is in their country, like they don't question the man. When he says go, there's no I'm not gonna do this. I don't feel like that's and that where it goes to, Chargain, when you were saying in other countries how, we're such a feel good country. Because over there, that whole feeling thing, that doesn't even exist.
No, that's if you go over there, these other countries talking about you want to get married to somebody's daughter because you love her, they're gonna be looking at you like you crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what this fool talking about?
It's true though, man. It's
Like
true.
people talk like this in America.
Mm-mm. I'm
Yeah,
telling you, man.
if you go to China and start saying, well, what's up, Calvin? Yeah, Calvin, somebody on the timeline. Yeah, if you go to China, someplace like that, and start saying, hey, I want to marry your daughter because she's a lovely woman and I'm falling deeply in love with her. The father will be looking at you like, what the hell are you talking? I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this crap. I want to hear, you know what he wants to hear? They want to hear how you're going to advance the next generation of their family. That's what they want to hear.
Exactly, and that's why a lot of marriages in other countries they're already arranged. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're already arranged, determining the family status, or you know what I'm saying, maybe what land, how much land they own, or whatever it is. But it's because it makes sense, not because it feels good. Exactly.
They look at their marriages like a business because in their mind they're giving their daughter away to you. That's how they see it.
Mm.
It ain't got nothing to do with no feelings at all. They took the feelings out of this equation.
Yeah.
And you know what? Women are already doing this shit anyway in America. Most women, not all, but a large percentage of women in America, they look at it just like that.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of guys get caught up in their feelings.
Oh yeah, especially nowadays, man.
It's like because I think a lot of guys I know never put money in the equation before they get married, man. They don't really think about the expenses. This shit, it's expensive to have kids. It's expensive to have a family.
A lot of times kids aren't planned out Chargain. You know what I'm saying? It's like a spare of the moment thing. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as, starting a family, a lot of people are like, okay, you know what? We want to have a kid and, by next year, let's start putting money away. Let's put money away for the college and things. It's not really like that. It's sort of like, we got drunk one night and, we had sex and now you're pregnant, and you're not working and,
Yeah, that happens most of the time, I would say. But it's like I don't know, man. It's like then you have a lot of guys that get caught up in what women be saying too. I'm like, man, the hell was she talking about? You need money to support your family.
Exactly.
Because this is how money can ruin relationships. Because what happens is a lot of women are saying one thing, and doing another. They'll say money doesn't matter, but then they'll turn around and be like, "Hey, we're short on money at the end of the month." I'm like, "Wait a minute, you're kind of double talking here. You can't
Exactly.
say you short on money, but on the other side, you complaining about the man working overtime."
Yeah, that's oh
See, a
man,
lot
that's
of guys
happened to
get
me.
see a lot of guys get caught up into that madness. They start second guessing themselves. They thinking maybe I'm doing something wrong. No, you're not doing anything wrong. You're taking care of your responsibilities. That's why you should be working overtime
Mm-hmm.
or be trying to earn extra money somewhere. Your silly acting woman that you got at home, she's getting caught up in her feelings and all in her emotions.
Or she's bored or whatever, and that's when you start seeing sometimes the man's working the overtime and things, the woman's complaining, and the man's like, hey, we need this money, we got to do it, and then the woman's like, well, I'm not getting the attention I need, let me step out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah,
it's a real feel good society nowadays, not what makes sense.
exactly. That's why um, most marriages fail because you got people together that should have never been together. And another reason why marriage failed because it wasn't for you in the first place.
Yeah, that's true.
That's really the truth.
Mm.
Marriage and kids, especially kids, was for the wealthy. It
Mm.
never was for the common man and common woman. We just got into it because we saw our grandparents and our great grandparents and our parents do it. So
Mm-hmm.
if they did it, we'll try it too. But
Exactly.
the only problem with that is that way of thinking today is back then it was a different time. You know,
Mm.
we live in a time where shit is so expensive out here. I'm like, God damn.
It is, and you know what it is too. Shot game. The other thing about marriage, it's a business. That's the thing. A marriage, a family, like it's a business that
Yeah,
you're starting with somebody. And that's the thing. Most people don't look at a marriage like that, because if people looked at a marriage like that, the divorce rate wouldn't be so high, because they look at it as like, you know what, me stepping out or me doing this is bad for business. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense.
yeah. Apple Mac 5 says she can step out on the corner and make us both some money.
Oh man, that's overtime.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, so people are failing at a game that wasn't for them in the first place. But you know, I think if I look at my great grandparents and my grandparents, I know they didn't like each other.
Mm.
I know they didn't love each other. I know they didn't. I know they didn't. You know, because I could just tell they care about each other, no doubt about it. But they wasn't all in no damn kissing and hugging all damn day.
Yeah.
No, no, it wasn't like that at all. They slept in. They didn't sleep in the same bed, bro. My grandparents and my grandparents. They didn't sleep in the same bed. You sleep in that bed, I
Wow.
sleep in that bed. That's it. There was
Wow.
no damn. We doing this for the family. It's all about the family. That's what
Exactly.
it's about. You
They
know?
stay together because it makes sense financially. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah, for the family, definitely, I definitely understand that. But that concept's gone, short game. That's not how it is nowadays. Not at all.
Today, it seems like most people get married because they're trying to get something. They're trying to upgrade their life. It's not really about family or the kids no more. It's about, hey, it's all about a short term. I would say a short term exchange.
Mm.
and just like a couple of days ago, man, I did a video talking about the future of relationships in this country. What it's going to be like.
Yep.
You know, it's not going to be the marriages. Well, probably any relationship, as far as living together, I would say it's going to be like a lease. That's how it's going to be in the future.
Yeah, you were saying that. Yep.
Yeah, it's not going to be like you get married today and you stay together as long as you want until you get a divorce. It's not going to be like that no more. No, it's going to be like a lease. We're going to do a 2-year lease, and when we hit that 2-year mark, we're going to, you know, get together and see how this thing's going to go. We're going to go our separate ways, or we're going to re-up for some more years. That's how it's going to be, man.
Yeah, and then what you came with is what you're going to leave with. You were saying that as well.
Yeah, these women are not going to be able to finesse and manipulate the system like they do, the court system like they do. Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys are going to say, hey, what you came in with, that's what you're going to leave with. Mm-hmm. You know, now if you want to give her something on the way out, that's fine. You can do that. But you're not going to leave and I have to pay you $1 million a year.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. That's
what's going on today, man. You got to pay her $1 million a year, and she's laid up with the boyfriend over there and the kids.
Exactly. Just because you married her and she was by your side, you would have went out making all the millions. But just because she was by your side, you know what I'm saying? Now she's gonna get $5-6 million or however much, you know, depending on the situation.
So it's just guys that I know guys that make millions of dollars, and they'll get married, don't sign no prenup. They'll be married 18 to 24 months. She'll get an attorney, get a divorce, and now she get up. She get what, up to 80%. I'm like, oh God,
that's crazy.
That's horrible.
That's real crazy, and that's the downfall of a lot of guys too as well. And you know, it goes back to really just being able to be a good judge of character and not rushing into marriage or relationships. Really take your time to get to know somebody, because when you take your time to get to know someone, you can be a better judge of character. I mean, that'll eliminate these kinds of problems, you know.
Yeah. Let me see. Apple Mac 5 said, Sharp, do you know why the marriage laws are against men? Yeah, I have an idea, Apple Mac 5. I'm not sure, but this is what I think. I think in this country, the women get exploited. Number one, the women get exploited 24/7, 7 days a week, 365. And what happened? These big companies had to use women to sell their products, and they had to get women to buy their products. And plus, the government had to the IRS had to get more tax money. Plus, the court system, you know, that shit is private. So they get money. They're trying to generate as much money as possible. So they're going to use guys in the court system, keep the guys paying, and they're going to justify why they have to get guys paying by exploiting women once again through the court system. And they exploit women through these big companies. They exploit women on television, movies, commercials, whatever. So women are spending all the damn money in this country.
Yep.
That's why the laws is set up against men, because it's like the pimp and the hoe relationship.
You got to pay.
The men are the tricks, and women are the hoes.
Yep.
So that's why I think the laws are set up against men. It don't got nothing to do with women. They don't give a damn about no woman in this country.
No, not at all.
What do you think?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, you're pretty much on point. I mean, I think it really, in a nutshell, you know, it's you got to pay to play if you think about it. You know what I'm saying? at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You know, the corporate companies, the way the way the laws are set, you know, it's not in a man's favor. You know what I'm
No,
saying? It goes all the way back to child support too. You know what I'm
nope,
saying? Things are not in a man's favor in this society.
no,
It's definitely not.
no. That's why a lot of guys they don't want to get married at all. They hell no, fuck that. You know, now they'll get if they do get married, they'll get married with just a contract, but they don't want to get married to the state. They're like,
Mm,
hell, that shit. But
yeah,
you can do. A lot of people are doing it like that. They get married with a contract. You don't gotta get married to the state. You don't gotta have anything to do with the state.
private
But
contract. Yep.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's the best way to do it. To be honest,
If you
that's
don't want to
smart
lose, if
too.
you don't want to lose everything, it is. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. That's because you got some guys, some organization they get married through religion. Some states you have what they called common law marriage or whatever.
Yeah.
Some
Yep.
states
Yep.
like Texas, South Carolina,
South
7 to 10
Carolina.
years common law marriage, and some people go through religion, and some people go through just a contract.
Rhode
So,
Island got it too.
huh?
Common law, Rhode Island.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of ways you can get married. You don't have to go down to the courthouse.
No.
you know,
That's just what most people do. You know what I'm saying? Most people, you know, do go down to the courthouse. They're not doing
because
private contracts and things. And,
because
you know, like I said, you know, that
because they don't. Well, a lot of people don't know what to do, and then you have a lot of people that just follow their parents, follow their
that's
friends.
true. Yeah.
It's like they want the wedding. It's like a fashion show.
Yeah. I mean that's really all that it is. And if you really think about how most weddings go, Shark Game, you know, most people put themselves in a lot of debt to have a wedding. They put themselves in a lot of debt. So they already setting themselves up for failure.
Yeah. Have you ever read a book called Atlas Shrugged by
No, I have.
Ayn Rand? Yeah, I didn't finish reading it, Apple Mac. I read most of it, not all of it. But yeah, she talks about a lot of how how things happen in this society. Yeah, I actually got the book right here to be exact. I haven't finished reading it yet though.
Mm.
But it's like the reason why the same reason that the laws and public policies are set up in this country is the same reason why they keep letting people come in this country, because they need tax money.
Yep.
That's what it's about. They ain't got nothing to do with no American dream. They ain't got nothing to do with you being a woman. They ain't got nothing to do with none of this nonsense that you see on television. All the marketing and advertising and tourism. The tourism, again, about the money. That's
Yeah.
what it's about. It
It's
ain't
all
about. That's what it's all about. But you got some people that come over here. They're walking around like a lot of women are doing this shit, especially. A lot of women. You see them. They're walking around like they got something to do with why things are the way they are in society. I'm like, you haven't done anything. All you did is just came over here. All you did is you just happened to be born over here.
Mm-hmm.
Done
Yeah.
anything. I
You're
mean,
not contributing.
women, look, we got to keep it real. Nothing against women. I'm a fan of women. But women don't push societies forward.
No.
There's a reason for that. If there's no women, I don't see women on the front lines.
Women, if we're being real, women are followers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Women are followers, and that's why you know, this goes back to, like I said, it ties into everything that, you know, we've said. That's why when, you know, a woman meets a man that, you know, is about his word and, you know, doesn't question himself, she's attracted to that. she's going to follow that because women follow what they're attracted to. You know what I mean? They're not the ones really setting the trend. You know what I mean? They're the ones following the trend, which even goes to show you in fashion and things like that, like music. They're following what's being set. You know?
Exactly. So this is why I tell a lot of guys, why are you even taking any of that shit your woman says serious? That could change next week.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. A lot of guys change for women. Sharp game. They change their whole persona. You know.
Boy, that's the worst mistake you could ever make.
Mm.
That's the worst mistake you could ever make. If you're gonna change, you do it for yourself. Don't do it for nobody. Don't do it for your mama, your daddy, your woman, your sister, your brother. Don't do that shit for anybody. Because what's gonna happen is you're going to first off, you're gonna be sorry you ever done that shit, and you're going to have a sense of what's the word I'm looking for? You're gonna resent them in the future. You're gonna resent them. Because what's gonna happen is you're gonna do the same thing I did. I went back to them and told them what I did. That I did exactly what they told me to do, and that shit didn't work.
And she leave.
And what happened is I'd be like, so hey, you know what? Now this is my situation. Now I need help for this with this, and they're not gonna help your ass.
Yep. When you change, like I said before, you change how you were, your whole persona and things, for this woman, and she leaves you for the same person you used to be. You know what I mean? That's the crazy thing. That's the crazy thing that a lot of guys don't realize, man. You know?
Yeah. So that never do that shit, man. That's the biggest mistake. That's probably one of the biggest mistakes. That's one of the biggest mistakes I made. I tried to change for my parents. Tried to change for. I even tried to change for a woman one time. I snapped out of that after about 90 days.
Yeah, we've all done it, man.
This shit definitely ain't working.
Yeah.
Because what happens? You lose yourself. You start doing shit that's really, it can be embarrassing sometimes. Yeah. It's like you can't even justify why some of the shit you said. I'm like, oh man, I made a fool out of myself.
And it's not you too. That's not how you act, but you're just doing it to please this girl or whoever you're trying to appease, and you're fake to yourself.
Exactly. What was Apple Mac 5 say? Women, the real savage say women got it good in America. I gotta disagree with y'all a bit about women power. Women are good soldiers, not good generals. A woman's power is in persuasion, which is powerful in the right hands. Well, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think women are much more advanced socially than guys. I think. What do you think?
Do I think that women are advanced more socially?
Yeah, I think they are. Because I think a lot of women outsmart guys. If you really sit back and think about it, a lot of guys fall for the shaming tactics. They'll let women.
That's true.
Kind of talk them into accepting them with anything. She might be 50 pounds overweight. She'll be like, looks ain't everything,
Yeah, you know what though? That's true. That's true in a way, because that even just ties into what we just said about how women can persuade guys to change how they are, themselves. So that's true. Women, yeah, I agree with that.
But she ain't gonna accept you with everything though. Ain't happening. In most cases, the majority of the time, she's not gonna accept you with everything. Now, there's a small percentage of women that's really into you. Yeah, she's down for the get down, but the majority of women, it's not happening.
No, they might act like they down with it for a little while. Like I said, they'll act like they down with the program for a little while. But like I said, a lot of women have a motive. You know what I'm saying? They have a plan already set. So
yeah, exactly. So I'm like, shit. If you won't do it, I ain't doing it either.
yeah.
I mean, if I know that, I mean, hell no. You know, it's like if I have a certain standard, right? Which I have a certain standard. It's a certain. There's some things I like on a woman, some things I just don't like, and I'm not going to change. I'm not going to lower the bar. It's like I don't like. I don't like a woman with a big stomach. I just don't.
No.
I just don't. I just don't. Now, when I say, I mean, I gotta clarify this. Now, my philosophy is this: I'm fair and balanced, like Fox News. Check this out.
Oh man.
Now, my philosophy is this: if your stomach is bigger than your ass, hey man, I can't deal with that. I'm just saying. I've said this to many women, and I haven't had one woman to disagree yet. Not one.
I'd say like this: if I meet a girl or whatever, and she's got a little stomach or whatever, short game, but she's willing to get into the gym with me and get that right, that's different. Like I can work with that. But if you're not willing to, try to fix the problem, then I'm out. And I'm not saying a huge stomach either. I'm saying like a little gut, a little beer gut or something like that. You know what I mean? But other than that, she's straight. And she's down with the program to go to the gym or whatever to lose that. Yeah, I'll work with it.
Yeah, I mean, a little pouch. No, I don't mind a little pouch. No.
Yeah.
Not at all. Because I know some women have babies or whatever. And some women that's picked up weight or whatever. And I don't got a problem with the pouch. No, but I'm talking about if your stomach is sticking out.
Nah.
Your stomach is sticking out. And if it's noticeable, especially if it's noticeable when you're wearing clothes out in public. And if your stomach is big in your ass, I'm like, yo, that's not even healthy. Yo, that's a risk of a stroke and all kind of shit.
I was just gonna say it's not healthy. Women that are overweight like that, they get tired very easily.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't really like to go out and do things. And I'm a very active person. You know what I'm saying? I go to the gym. I like to, go out, go for walks, whatever, play some basketball, stuff like that. Like me personally, short game, I need an active girl, a girl that's, down to do things. I can't have a lazy girl. And that's another reason why I don't date girls that smoke weed. Because girls that smoke weed and stuff, they lazy. Like stuff like this, there's stuff like that. Nah, I don't do that either.
Yeah, I don't smoke either, so I don't like it. Now I do know some women. One of them, she does smoke, but she doesn't smoke around me because I don't like it. But she don't smoke a lot though, because what happened? The smoke is not coming out of her pores. I can't like if I give her a hug or smell her, I can't smell the smoke on her. So I know she don't smoke a lot. And when I'm around her, she don't smoke at all because she know I don't like it. But I don't like. I just don't like smoke.
Those two right there. You overweight. You smoke weed. I can't roll with that, man. Those
and a nasty bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't do it. I can't do it, man. I went when I was in my 20s, I went to a woman's house and it was so nasty in there. I was like, what I'm gonna say to get out of here?
No.
I mean,
You
they were
can.
so nasty, man. I'm like, oh god.
That's how
You
you
know,
can judge people, how they keep the. That's how you can judge a woman. If you go over to a woman's house and her kitchen, her bathroom, and stuff's all over the place, you know right then and there the type of woman that she is.
yeah, because my mom told me this like when I was young. I was a teenager. She said if a woman's house nasty, her body probably nasty.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
boy,
That's why you. That's why you got to catch them. Like you got to go there like sort of. Like she knows you're coming over, but maybe you go over like an hour early or something. Because if she
yeah,
knows she's coming, then she gonna clean up and everything. You're not gonna know. So it might take a little while before you know right away. But you'll
yeah,
find out though.
yeah. So boy, I'm like, oh man. And then you got to look at her nails and her feet.
Yes.
A woman that keep her nails and feet right, the rest of her body is going to be tight. It's not going to
Yep.
be smelly or anything like that. You won't run into any surprises.
You won't run into no surprises.
And boy, well, I ran into, I'm gonna say 2 to 3 smelly women.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Everybody has, man.
But one time, boy, whew, boy, I got lucky. I didn't catch a bad one. Because I was on a train. I met a girl when I was in Japan in the Navy. She was a rich girl, a rich chick. Her family had a contract with the U.S. Navy on the base for like
Wow.
50 years now. So they're like a rich family, right? So I used to see this chick all the time. I saw her like the first week, really. But we never done anything. And we just see her in passing. Hey, how you doing or whatever. And one night I seen her at a bar and I talked to her for the first time. And I was like, oh, you're a nice girl, whatever. Hey, blah, 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 whatever,
Yeah.
And then I used to just see her out in Tokyo a lot in passing on the train or whatever. But she used to always be drunk all the time. I'm like, this bitch is always drunk. Is she alcoholic or something?
Yeah.
So I sat by her on the train in this particular it was a nighttime. It was like 8, 9 o'clock. I sat beside her on the train, and I just kept all of a sudden I kept smelling something. I'm like, what the hell was that smell? And I was like, what the fuck is that? Yeah, I just kept. It wasn't nobody else around. It was just me and her.
Yeah.
Like, what that smell? And like, it was. So what happened is she grabbed my hand and put it on her chest area, right? So I'm like, but I'm still trying to figure out where that smell coming from.
Yeah.
And then I took my hand away, and I have a bad habit of rubbing my face. And when I rub my face, I smell my hand. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. So
Smell
I'm like,
like
oh man. So at this time, I'm young. I'm like 23 at this time. I never had experience like this, man. I didn't really know how to handle it. So I was like, oh shit. So the next stop, I just got off the train and I was like, I see you around, whatever. And then 2 weeks later, I met a guy that knew her personally. He said he stayed with her, and he said, man, she got bad hygiene. And I said, oh, yeah. I said, yeah, I smelled on the train, man. I smelled on the train 2 weeks ago, man. I said, bro, it smelled like bad fish, bro. I don't know what.
Yeah.
You need to go to the doctor or something. I don't know what's going on, man. But yeah, man. It was. You would think that. I mean, this is a rich girl. I mean, this girl, she's well off. The family is a rich family.
sometimes that don't matter though, Shark Game. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes the money ain't got nothing to do with it. It's just the mindset and how she is as a person. And I mean, judging by that, she don't have to take care of herself.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, man, I mean, it's not. She's like 35 at the time. So I'm like, oh, God, I mean, I don't know, man. But boy, I thought about afterwards. I said, boy, what if I would have went home with her and was about to go down on her? I'm like, oh,
man, you would have.
Oh, man, what
your face would have been looking the same in the morning.
Crazy.
Yeah, had that bump, Shark Game.
I'm telling you, man. So, man, it's like you just got to be careful out here, man. So
you have to. It's wild out here, man.
Yeah. So, let me see. The Savage said, "I know these women be using men's because a couple women told me how they be using men. So I'm not trying to fall for the tricks. Women will just be there when the money good. Act like you broke." Well, yeah, I never come off, and I'm not a flasher. I don't be walking around thinking that I got money. I never do that shit.
Nah, you can't do stuff like that. And you gotta know, like for me, like he's definitely right with that. Girls try to run game. I don't let them run game on me. As soon as I see, they're trying to run some sort of game, because at this point, you know what I mean, you can sort of you can sense certain things, you know what I'm saying, that occur before, they're actually able to play, get one over on you. And, once you start sensing things like, you know what I mean? Like she's just, doing certain kind of things. That's how I just let it go, man. It's not worth it. There's plenty of other girls out there. But yeah, you gotta be careful of that, because a lot of girls, they do that. They look for the soft dudes, for the dudes, you know what kind of dudes that they get taken advantage of like that? Beta dudes, a lot of thirsty dudes. Girls do that to them because they know they'll do anything just to get some pussy. So,
yeah, someone just mentioned that in the chat. He said women women really like being around the safe guys. The guys that that's willing to do almost anything, really. And a lot of women, they know this. And and then the dude also went on to say that most men hang around women because they want sex. That's true. Yeah, which is true. Yeah. But I think, man, I tell you, I think most of the time, most of the women are not even worth the sex.
Yeah. Nah, they not. It's not even. Sometimes the sex isn't even worth the headache. Like a lot of dudes, they know the girl. They know that girl ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? They know that they're gonna have sex and wake up with a bunch of problems, man. And this chick's crazy. They know ahead of time because people will tell them, "Yo, this girl's crazy. Don't fuck with her." But dudes do it anyway because they're so thirsty for pussy. And that's why, if your mindset's always sex, you know what I'm saying, you always gonna lose, man. You're always gonna lose, man. Cause some pussy you gotta turn down. You know what I'm saying? What's that saying, Shark Game, that they say? It doesn't determine a man. It doesn't determine a man how much pussy he gets. It determines how much a man determines how much pussy he turns down. Some shit like that. I heard that.
Shit, I don't know, but I understand where you're coming from, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't accept everything. You can't take every offer. Just because a woman throws herself at you, that don't mean you got to take the offer every time.
Some girls want to trap you. I said, and some women want to trap you. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you flashy like that, they'll have sex with you because they want to trap you. They want to have that baby because they know you're going to be paying.
Yeah, that happens a lot with them athletes.
Oh, yeah.
That happened I think some women will go on I guess a whole spree.
Yeah.
And then they'll get tired of getting ran through, and then they'll say, "I'm selling it." I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. Or I want a good guy, and then they'll give the good guy the hard problems and all the standards or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that happened with Russell Wilson, but Russell, he's a Christian, so he didn't really mind. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, that happened, but I ain't no Christian.
No.
Let me tell you something. If I figure some of these women, if you sleep with them, you're gonna know that she's been around.
Yeah.
So if I think she's been around too much, I'm not going to spend too much time around her. That's just me.
And some dudes get turned on with all the crazy wild sex, but you got to think she's doing that with you, but you definitely not the only guy she do that with. You know what I mean?
Because there's been some women that I've met and I smashed a couple times, and if she's getting more out of this than me, I'm like, I ain't getting nothing out of this. She's one girl, she enjoyed it so much. She said, "This is the best I ever had." I'm like, what? Best I ever had. She told her friends this. So I'm like, what? I'm like, my God, this is like, God damn. Imagine if I was the guy that I was. I'm like, my God, I feel sorry for the rest of these guys.
Yo, that's what happens because a lot of guys is out here not pleasing women. So then when they come around and they get the rod of God, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna go crazy. They're gonna tell all their friends. They're gonna be coming back for more.
Yeah, man. If you that's another problem that I had. Some of these, at least a few of these women in the past that I ran into when I smashed, I had a hard time getting rid of them. Like, I ran through. I didn't want no more of that.
Oh man!
I'm like, try a lot of these older women, especially.
Oh man, older women.
That's where you're gonna run into that shit at. These older women, when they hit in the late in the 40s, 50s. My God,
even 35, man.
Yeah,
they would. Cause I was fucking this one chick. She's 35. To this day, she still hit me up, Shark Game. She hit me up the other day. She's still wanting to smash, man, all the time. I'm like, man,
Apple Mac 5 said he met an escort that was horrible at sex. I don't
fuck with it. Listen, like I said, me personally, I don't fuck with the escorts and none of that because, like, I'm not gonna pay for no sex, man. That's just me. I'm not hating on it. Some dudes do what you want. Every situation is different, but me, like, I don't do the escort thing. I'm not paying. I ain't paying for no pussy, man. When you can get it for free, you know what I mean? Gift to gab.
I don't think most escorts would be good in sex. I don't think.
I don't know. I never think
so. I think it would be subpar, mediocre at best.
What about that Shark Game, the escort thing? You ever you agree with it? You do that?
No, I don't do it. But I'm not a whole hater.
I'm not hating on it. I just said I just never did it. I can't. I could never pay a girl knowing that I can just go talk to one and get it for free. I'm not hating on it though. I ain't hating on nobody.
Yeah, I agree. I did it one time when I was in Dubai, and I just didn't feel good about that shit afterwards. I was like, this is some bullshit here. I'm not ever doing this shit ever again.
Plus, I can't. It's like the strip club, man, and even that, like, I felt like, damn, why am I getting these chicks money?
I don't do strippers. Now I'll go to the strip club every once in a while, throw a couple dollars out there or whatever. But I don't. It's just not the strip club is just not my thing. You know, it's
Yeah.
good to see girls naked, you know, nice looking girls naked or whatever, dancing. That's cool, but that's just not my thing. You know. But
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. I mean, I've been with a couple of my boys. I've been to some bachelor parties. We went to the strip club and stuff, but I don't just go there like
yeah,
that.
I've been to a bachelor party. How was that? I heard they be wild.
Oh man, that shit wild, man. That shit wild. One of them, they had a part. Let me tell you. So, Shargan, the last bachelor party that I went to, this dude back when I was working in the medical field and stuff. It was a bunch of nurses, and there was a couple like corporate dudes or whatever, and you know, they had a lot of money and stuff, so they ended up getting a party bus, and you know, fully stocked. They had the women on the bus, and then we went to we went to the strip club. You know what I'm saying? And it was wild, man. They had VIP. They had all that stuff, and like I was like, man, and these dudes are storing money like it was nothing, Shark. On the bus and at the strip club. I was like, wow.
So they had the girls on the bus too?
They had the girls on the bus too.
Damn.
And they still went to the strip club. Mm-hmm.
So wait a minute. So when they got to the strip club, the girls left or they went in the strip club?
They went to the strip club with us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the most craziest bachelor party that like I've only been to two. And that was definitely the craziest one that I ever went to.
I know a nurse that's a stripper. And I know strippers that work corporate jobs, all kind of shit. Really.
Oh yeah, a little side hustle.
Yeah, you know, but I told them, I said, yo, I'm not fucking with you. You'll be just like we are now.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, man, a lot of these strippers are scandalous, man. They be setting people up and all kind of shit.
Oh, because Shargan, you got to think, man. Like the things that these women is doing for money. You know what I'm saying? The things that these women are doing for just to make, you know what I'm saying, a couple $100. You know, having to sit on dudes' laps and you know even more downstairs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't know, man. You know, they do anything for money. So you know, setting people up. I mean, that don't really surprise me.
Yeah, I just don't I don't get down like that really. It's like I don't know, man. It's just strippers have a different mentality. And a lot of these girls, man, you know, they use a lot of drugs.
Oh yeah, they do a lot of cocaine. Do a lot of coke.
Yeah, but if you really think about it, though, you can't really be the same night after night going on the pole. If you really think about it, no man, no woman can really pull that off. Some do, but very few. You know, it's hard being on that pole, man.
That's where the coke comes in. You know what I'm saying? They do a little bit of coke. They all wild up. They on the pole again.
Yeah.
You know, I know strippers personally, Sharp Game that tell me that's what they do. Like they told me like that's how they get through it. Man.
Yeah. A lot of man, I know some of the most attractive women on that coke.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how. Just don't know how the coke and being attractive usually come in the mix. And it's just like, so I always think that's like, how the hell I'm talking about some of the most attractive women I ever met in my life. They'll tell you they hit that coke every once in a while, which is a lie, by the way. They'll say, yo, I hit it, but I don't do it no more. You lie. You're lying. No, they'll be like, oh, I tried it, but I ain't like it. Yeah, you still on it. You don't believe you. You need more people.
And then look at the after effect of that Shark Game. Look at them. Look at the wear and tear they use on their body. Years of doing coke. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
a lot of them,
they usually end up getting sick.
Yeah,
It might take a while. It might happen when they're in their 50s or even 60s. But they usually end up getting sick, catch something like cancer or some type of breakdown with their body. It usually happens in the later years though.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. You can't fuck with stuff like that, man.
It's like I know a girl that got cancer and died, and she was only 42. And she got married when she was 35. No, she got married when she was 37 and died at 42. Damn. She got cancer and died, man. But everyone knows she used to do a lot of coke.
Yeah, you gotta take care of yourself, man. There's too many people out here, like, you know what I'm saying, that ain't taking care of themselves. You gotta eat right, exercise and shit. Like, I know people don't like to hear it, but it's true.
I know what happens. See, a lot of people, they hit the coke every once in a while. They'll hit it every 2 weeks, or maybe every time they go out of town, or they hit it when they go on vacation, or they'll hit it when it's during the holidays or something like that. See, they don't think it's a big deal. They think, oh yeah, I do it every once in a while. Hey, no big deal. I'm not really addicted. And they might be functional and everything. They might go to work every day, to the office, no big deal. And they'll hit it during Christmas, New Year's Eve, Valentine's Day, 4th of July, Thanksgiving. They'd be like, they'll do that for years. They'll do that 20 years. 20, and they'll be like, oh, I'm good. Shit. And then they'll fucking, one day, they'll hit that shit and they'll OD.
Yeah, the last hit they take. Nah, and you're right. People do that though, and they don't think it's a big deal because they're like, oh, a little special occasion. I'm going out of town, or oh, it's so and so's birthday, or I got this promotion, whatever it is. But it adds up definitely. Anytime you putting stuff like that in your body, man, you gotta.
Yeah, but what happened? They sniff some bad coke on that particular day.
Yeah, and that's true. You don't know what it's cut up with. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah, but I'm talking like some of the most beautiful women I ever met. I'm like, damn, not you. She's like, yeah, I just tried it one time or whatever. And which brings me to another point. If a woman's into you, you can get her to do almost anything.
That goes without being said. But yeah, you definitely right.
I'm talking anything. I'm talking. See, I used to wonder how the hell this dude got this woman to do all that shit, and I'd be like, and as I got older, I said, oh, I get it now. Because once I learned that women were into me, I just started asking them to do anything.
Hey, you don't even gotta be asking them or nothing, No,
I wouldn't. I wasn't actually gonna go through with it, but I just did it just to see what she's gonna say. And she was like, "Yeah, I'll try it." And I'm like, "Whoa."
Yeah.
So if a woman's really into you, man, shit.
Sky's the limit, man. No restrictions.
None at all. But this. It's gotta. I always have good intentions. With anybody that's around me, I don't do shit. I have bad intentions. If I can't help you, I won't hurt you. That's how I do, man. I've never had there's some people they got that cutthroat parasite.
Yeah, mentality. Yeah.
Mentality or whatever. But I never been like that. I always thought that was kind of weird. I'm like, how the hell can someone be like that? Maybe someone did them like that. I don't know, but it's like if someone didn't do anything to me maliciously, do anything to hurt me, why the hell would I want to give them a blanket that's infected?
Yeah, exactly.
You have to be a special type of person with a different mentality to do some shit like that. You just want
No,
to
definitely.
dominate somebody just because, you know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of women out here like that. You know, it's like they target certain guys, and they don't really want to build anything with a guy. They just want to get next to the guy as close as possible.
Get what he has.
And try to take every goddamn thing he got.
Yep. And then they out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but the kicker is a lot of these women, they'll come across as very submissive. They'll say yes to everything, and that's bullshit.
At first.
No one said, yeah, in the beginning, exactly. No one agrees with every goddamn thing. It's somebody's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I met a guy the other day. He said he ain't never had a disagreement or argument with his woman. I said somebody's full of shit.
Yeah, I don't see that. Not for a second.
So that's a red flag right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think once guys start seeing things for what it is out here and not the way they want it to be, that's when things will change. That's when you have a breakthrough. That's when I had my biggest breakthrough. Because and plus, I don't get into name calling. Calling women and all that. I think that's the stupidest shit ever.
It makes no sense.
Yeah, I think if you have to name call a woman that you're around, just leave her alone.
As a man, you shouldn't even be. I say as like a man, you shouldn't even be doing stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like those things to me are feminine traits. That's why, like, I'm not gonna sit there and argue and because there's no point. There's no point to it. Me, I get my point out, and then that's it. You know what I'm saying? If she's gonna yell, name call, whatever, she's gonna do that on her own time. But I'm not gonna sit there. I'm not gonna entertain that kind of behavior. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So it's like, I mean, if I have to I feel like if I have to start name calling you, I just won't be around you. Because that's gonna bring out the worst in me. I'm like, I just part ways and I just won't talk to you anymore.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. I don't know. Some guys don't see it that way, and then some guys will talk shit, then lay down with a girl, still continue to sleep with a girl. I'm like, what does that say about you? I mean,
no, exactly. You have no respect for yourself, and when guys do that too, they don't realize that the girl has no respect for you too. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, she knows that you are basically telling her she can talk to you any kind of way, but as long as she gives you some pussy, you know what I'm saying, all's forgiven.
Yeah, my man Apple Mac 5 said there's no such thing as free sex.
What do you say?
There's no such thing as free sex. Well, yeah, I guess you can look at it like, because you're spending time, so I guess you can do it that way.
Yeah. You spend time with the girl, you taking her out. I mean, either way, I guess. You paying for you. Yeah, I mean, some investments are just worth it, and some aren't worth it. That's how you got to look at it.
Yeah, but I just think you just got to watch the company that you keep, and I did I'm going to upload a video on Patreon that's going to talk deeper about the. Actually, I have the video that's up there. The 3 types of women that I that's on Patreon. I did a couple weeks ago, and then later on today, I'm going to upload another video that's that goes into deeper details about how you categorize women. That way, you won't have to. You can kind of navigate around the chaos.
Mm.
Really.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's really a business concept, and but I took it and I use it to use it in my social life. Really, a lot of people probably never thought about it like that. But if you really think about it, I mean, business people that do business, even at your job, you have relationships with people, whether you like it or not, good, bad, whatever.
It's true.
So
It's
that's
true.
basically the most people, because if you really think about it, most people's social life is really the same at the job. It's really the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
It's really the same, man. Because they'll go to work and they'll put on like a facade or whatever. They'll leave work and come home or in their free time. It's about the same. It might be a little different, but I mean, when it comes to their friends, if they have any friends or
Mm-hmm.
associates, it's the relationship they have with other people is going to be but the same or similar. They're going to feel like they have to put on some type of front or facade or some type of just an act, really.
Yeah. And that's why, like, say you're at work and you got your work friends or whatever, and then let's say y'all go out for some drinks or for some food out when you get off work, and then the next day at work, they're talking to someone else that you work with, and they're like, man, I didn't know he was totally different outside of work. I didn't know he acted like that. That's
Yeah,
why, you know?
yeah, yeah. Most there's a lot of people that's like that. It's like at work, I can kind of tell. It's like at my last job I had, I could kind of tell that most people are putting up a persona. And the
Oh
whole thing
yeah.
is it's like them being on stage performing, And then you have people that you meet on your like away from the job. You might meet them at an event or a bar or a restaurant or wherever.
Mm-hmm.
People can't turn it off. They're doing this. They behaving and acting the same way they do at work. They do this automatically. They can't even help it. I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
you know, it's crazy, man. And then they wonder why they don't have no friends because the people you meet, they know you're full of shit.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, I can sense that. I can sense that in people too. Like when I'm talking to somebody or whatever, like I can sort of tell. When I first meet someone, like if they trying to pull one over on me, pretty much, or I can just tell when people aren't sincere. You know what I'm saying? I might not be able to tell exactly why, what exactly the situation is, but I can normally tell when someone's not sincere, when someone's trying to get one over. Their intentions are you know, not genuine. I would say I have a pretty good sense of character. I'd say that.
Yeah. My man said, the Taliban dudes never have arguments with their women. You're crazy.
Oh man.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, man, most of these women in other countries are within other cultures, I have to say, they keep their woman in check because the women don't have access to resources. They don't get those opportunities like they do here in America.
They don't,
So
yeah, exactly. They don't know. They don't know any better. They don't know. That's the way that they're treated is all that they know. So for them, it's not out of the ordinary. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed. That's how it's supposed to be.
exactly. So it's like when you see a woman here in America, she got a decent paying job, she got a car, she got her own spot. Just know that don't happen where she came from.
Mm.
No, nope. A girl that's from China, Japan, India, look. Dubai, any of
Mm-hmm.
these countries, the guys have those jobs over there. The guys have the
Yeah,
best jobs. Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah. Women are not going to get paid, I don't know, $20 an hour. No.
Not at all.
No. She'll get that over here, but
Sure.
no. Not where she came from? No. She's low hanging fruit. You know.
Yeah,
That's why guys around these other countries are looking at us over here like we're crazy.
yeah, exactly. We're over here simping and talking about love and all that other stuff. They're like, what?
Like, what?
Putting women on a pedestal.
Yeah, guys would be like, you guys are soft in America. I didn't know what they was talking about when I first heard that. I'm like, until someone explained to me, like, you guys are treating women very different than the way we do over here. I'm like, what do you mean? He said, hey, we're over here, we're first over here. We don't women put us on a pedestal over here. And that's true, you know. But if you really look at it, that's how it was back in the day. For our
Yeah,
like parents and grandparents and great grandparents, that's how it was. And it's even like that to an extent in the smaller towns here in America, because in the
that's
smaller
true.
towns, you know, the women kind of have to depend on the guy to a certain extent, because in the smaller towns, it ain't but so many ways to make a living.
That's where you see a lot of like housewives and things in those smaller towns. So
Yeah.
I mean, the women aren't really, out there working like that.
No. And then they, believe it or not, they tend to live a much more simple life. It's not a bunch of riffraff, all the chaos. It's not a lot of that in the small town. And another thing, a lot of women, if you pay attention to a lot of women, they don't like small towns because they know their ass is going to get exposed.
Yep, that's true.
So, see, in a big town, they can kind of like they can bullshit their way and run through people.
Oh yeah.
And if they get tired of living where they live in, they can go across town in a whole different neighborhood. Nobody knows them and start all over again.
And no one's gonna know who they are either.
Exactly. But in a small town, you're gonna get found out real fast. And no one's going to be fucking with you.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
So whenever you hear a woman that say, "Hey, I don't like the small towns," or "I'm a city girl," like, yeah, you might be a city girl, but you ain't shit. That's what she's really saying. Because you gotta, a lot of the way a lot of women speak, just the way a lot of English is being spoken in this country. A lot of it's codified. Just sometimes you got to read between the lines, just like just like the Bible. The Bible's codified. The Bible's coded. So a lot of stuff. Well, the Bible's taken out of people read the Bible wrong. The Bible is like, it's coded. It's coded languages, and you have people on television. They speak in such a way where they speak in a certain type of demographic or a certain type of people. And the people that understand what they're trying to say, they get it. But it's other people that'll take what they say and run with it, and they don't know what the hell they're talking about. I'm like, no.
It's like, interpreting me in a whole different way.
Yeah. George Bush was a good example of this. George Bush Jr., he was a good example. Everybody thought he was an idiot. But I said, no, he's speaking in a way, he's speaking to his buddies. His buddies know what he was talking about. But some people say, oh, he's illiterate or whatever. No, he's if you catch him off the panel doing an interview, he speaks totally different. He speaks like he's in an interview, just like he's at home or whatever. But when he get up in front of the audience, he start saying, yeah, we did, I'm like, yo, he's fucking bullshitting everybody except for me. George Bush, he's a I think he went to Yale.
Did he?
I think he went to Yale. Yeah.
Damn,
He went to Yale. So he went to Yale. 9 times out of 10, he's in one of them secret clubs. More than likely, you know, one of them frat. He's a frat boy. Skull and Bones. More than likely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, definitely.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the Yale though.
They got the handshake and got the way they speak and all that shit.
Their own lingo and shit.
Yeah. So a lot of times when these people start talking crazy shit, they just trying to get their message across to the people that's behind them or the people that they made deals with. That's all it is. But the masses of people, they don't know shit. They just get all emotional and be like, It's just like I was the other night, man. I met a girl at the bar. I went to a meetup last week, right? And there was this girl in there that kept talking about Bill Cosby.
Oh man.
I'm like, who cares? I don't care about Bill Cosby, yo. So ever since the Bill Cosby thing came out, I didn't know how much people hated him in this country. I'm like, what?
Yeah, same here.
Yeah,
but my thing was always this though. Why did these women? My thing was always like, why did these women wait 30 years to come out all of a sudden and accuse him of all that? That's what you know what I mean? Like, I just didn't understand the reasoning for that. You know,
because it wasn't safe, and because it wasn't, they couldn't capitalize off of it, and it's not safe. It wasn't safe to come out back then. Maybe it was too early. But ultimately, it's all about the money.
Yeah, no, obviously, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but what struck me is see the problem is there's a lot of double standards in this country. So you have this other guy who started explaining to her that he brought up what's the other guy in Hollywood that the women came out on him too. Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, women came out on him too, right? So I think more women came out on him than Cosby, right? So a man started explaining to her basically, he was saying that look, in Hollywood, that's a different environment. They have the mansion parties out there, and they got the Playboy Mansion. They had these parties, women, they go there under the assumption that they're going to fuck 9 times out of 10. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen, but they know what they're getting themselves into, right? And back in the day, putting shit in people's drinks, that was like the thing. It wasn't like far-fetched or whatever. It wasn't like hard to believe. But he said that doesn't make it right. It happens, and he said it still happens today. But he said at some point, a lot of women, they have buyer's remorse. Things didn't go the way they were planned. Maybe they got old, or maybe, they didn't like the deal that they took. He said maybe some women probably felt like they were being pressured. But I said, look, they didn't have to show up.
Yeah, that's true.
I said, look, man, at some point, I said, look, I don't have a problem with women. They sleep who they want to sleep with for whatever reason, whatever. I don't care. But at some point, you gotta take responsibility for your actions.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And maybe they felt pressured because they want to be in a movie, they're trying to get a deal, trying to get a contract, and they felt like they had to spend time with this dude, finesse this dude. Well, okay, I understand all of that. But at some point in time, when are you going to take responsibility for your actions?
No, definitely.
When are you going to take responsibility for your life? That's all I'm saying.
And you did say a key point there. Sometimes, women will do that thinking that they are going to get a contract or they are going to get something out of it. You know what I'm saying? And then that doesn't happen and they get upset. And that's when they, you know what I'm saying, go after for, the loss of the money and stuff. Not that they were, forced into anything, or anything like that. Just the fact that they didn't get what they expected they were going to get.
So when my man was talking, so when I said what I said after my man was done talking, she was like, I was just talking about Bill Cosby. Y'all talking about Harvey Weinstein. She was like, of course, there's a lot of fraudulent court cases in America. There's a bunch of them. But I'm talking about Bill Cosby. I said, oh, you're one of those types. Oh, okay. You got a hater in the building. So that's why I was like, I'm about to drink my beer. Hell, I'm out of here. Because I've seen this before. I know where this is going.
You don't want no part in that.
I mean, girl, we got a hater in the building because she completely didn't want to hear what happened with Harvey Weinstein or anybody else. I'm talking about Cosby. I said, oh, I get it. I understand where you're coming from.
She just want to talk about the pudding pop.
Yeah. So that's when I was like, but even after all of that with the Cosby thing, I didn't realize how many people hate Bill Cosby. I mean, and I thought about some of the experiences that I had. I said, shit, there's some people that they'll put on an act, they'll act like they're cool with it, but when the person gets caught up into something, then they'll be like, that's what they get. And they say that shit like a lot of people that say that type of shit, they say that shit because that makes them feel good about themselves. Because it's kind of like they might not like how you make a living. They might not like you because who you are, because you're a black male making a bunch of money on television and you're banging all the women. So they're looking at you like, you ain't supposed to be doing all this shit. What the hell? What the hell going on?
A lot of people hating,
Yeah, that mentality. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I said a lot of people hating, and it's crazy because a lot of the people that are wishing the worst for you, you know what I'm saying, are the ones that are on your team. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah, and you gotta watch people.
Yeah, man.
Because if you look, people can't help. They're gonna tell you who they are when they start talking. Now you might not. A lot of times we'll let shit go over our heads. We'll let it. We'll be like, "What's that shit was about?" And we'll let it slide. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Can't do that.
I've done that shit. I've done that shit many times. Some people will say some shit, and I'll be like, "What? What do you mean?" I just let it go, right? So I remember one time I got a text. This is like, I'm talking about 2 months ago from somebody that I known for a while. I don't know him that well, but I know him for at least 2 years, right? He said something like, at least, how he said that shit? At least something's going good for somebody, right? I'm like, what? I'm like, what are you talking about? What the hell that's supposed to mean? So I asked him, hey, what do you mean? Right? And then he started rambling about some shit that I didn't know nothing about pertaining to him. And he tried to compare his experience to what he saw me in a picture doing. Like, what the? You on some other shit?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah, you gotta watch people that's like that, because you got
That's,
some people that they want your spot. Yeah, you gotta pay attention to people like that. And a lot of times, man, you can help people out. You can look out for them. You can put them on. You can introduce them to people. That still ain't gonna work.
nope.
That still ain't gonna work. I'm like, some people just say, hey, if you can't beat them, join them, but no, they don't want to join you and shit. They just want
No.
to take the whole goddamn thing over.
They,
You know?
they want to see you fall. They're not gonna be happy until they see you fall. It
Yeah.
don't matter
So
what you do or
so
what you
those
give them.
people, so those people,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta get rid of them.
Oh
And
yeah.
and there's a time to be ruthless. And you don't gotta be nasty about it. I just cut them off and don't talk to them no more. That's what
Oh
I
yeah.
do. You know?
That's it.
Yeah. Yo, man, we've been going man, we're
How long been
going
going?
2 hours.
You've been going. Damn.
Exactly 2 hours.
Shit, man. Chopping up that real talk, man. Giving the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. All right,
Appreciate
man.
it.
It's always been real. Y'all make sure you check out Shark Games Patreon, man. Y'all get over there, chooseyourrelationships.com and get you some clothing, man. Still, I got got the hoodie and everything, got the shirts, cell phone cases, all that, man. You guys gotta go over there and support, man.
No doubt about it. You know. So if you like what you heard, give me a thumbs up, share this video, check out my website, chooseyourrelationships.com. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.